words. And think about that, because I think sometimes that's a bigger teaching point than anything. It's not always what they say, it's how they say it. And when I think of that, I just feel like the beautiful Laura Stevens personifies that. Would you agree? I remember the very first time, hearing her speak and then meeting her in person. And I think her heart just lives right outside of her body, just right there. And that is so important. And I really believe that that is so much of the Isogenics family. Would you agree? Yeah. And it's just really what sets this incredible company apart, I believe, from all the other network marketing companies. And it's truly why I get up every day, just truly in gratitude that this came into my life in 2011. So, Laura, you're amazing. Thank you, and everybody else that came before her today. But I would love just a few shout-outs. What did you get from Laura's session? What were some takeaways? Just like a couple words that you can shout out. Authenticity, without a doubt. It's being you. And hopefully what you'll get from all of this in 2 days is you'll see all the different personalities. Do you see that already? Mm-hmm. The different walks of life, the personalities, some that are like this and others that are a little more, You can be successful being you, right? It's being authentic. Yes, what else? Heart? Compassion? Serving others, compliant, being willing to get uncomfortable. Multiple stories, yes. You know why? Because we're not robots. Right? These are real live people with lives and desires and discontentments, right? So we have to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? We have to listen more than we talk. Awesome. Well, I have the privilege to talk about a great topic. Money. Who's interested in hearing about the money? Yeah. Awesome. I was thinking as I was sitting backstage and just thinking, what should I want to share? I mean, all of you, I know what you had to do to get here. And for many of you, it wasn't easy, was it? To make this decision to be here, to maybe turn your schedule upside down, to find care for your children, to get off work, and you're sitting in these seats because you made a decision that you want to make this work. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm thinking, what is it sometimes that can just stop people in their tracks, even though they really, really want it? And, Rod talked about the mind, and it's so important. The mindset is so huge. Laura talked about that audio mind, millionaire mindset, because it's a mindset. And you have to think about what your thoughts are around money. And I just want to just talk about that subject kind of openly and honestly, because this is really important. Would you agree that some people have issues around money? Yes. And talking about money? Yes. Have you ever heard money is the root of all evil? How do you all say that? It's programming. It is programming. Now think about this for a minute. The stories, every single story that you've heard up until this point, has the money in Isogenics blessed them? Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Keep coming to events. Read those stories. When the Isogenics millionaire stories come out, and there are now 200 of them. Others, and that this is just the beginning. It is a blessing. Don't let your mind run amok, because that's other people's stuff. This is a blessing. Why? Because what does money do? What can money do and open up in your life?
Freedom.
Choices.
Time, freedom, choices. Opportunity. To serve. I have to say, I have a big whiteboard in my office, and I've written at the top, I never erase the top part. You never lack, discipline, and resolve when you're on a mission to serve others. Ever. Because this is a blessing for people. Got that? Yes, it is. Awesome. So let's talk about that a little bit. And first to start a little bit about myself. Some of you weren't here last night for the experience Hagedorn. So just to share a little bit about my story. Because I think that sometimes you see the people that are up here and you hear the stories and you hear the incomes and you think there must be something different about that person. And I just really want you to all understand that I really don't believe, I'm no better than any of you. It's just at one point I made a decision and I said, I'm only going to compare myself to me, from yesterday to today. That's it. Because comparison is the thief of joy, and comparison can take you out of the game. And everybody is in their own journey, and you have no idea what's going on around their life at all. And so when I first started, it was truly the most hectic years of my life. My youngest was 1, 3 children. My oldest was 7 at the time, working a full-time job, and having to manage that all, juggling it all. The craziness of life. I always say, spinning around on the crazy vortex of life. That was my life, as is probably yours, right? Just different vortexes we're spinning around on. That was absolutely it. I was really grateful that I loved what I did. I was an occupational therapist. I had gone on to get my master's degree in health education. And then several years into that, I got my certification in hypnotherapy. And that was a lot of hard work. And I was really proud of that. I mean, I had a lot of initials after my name. And for those of you that have initials, we get kind of attached to them, don't we? It's like, I like those initials. I worked really hard for that N and that S and that O and that T and all those things. And it's so funny because it's a part of my story, because when I first heard about network marketing, I was so attached to those initials, and I'm glad I got over myself, because those initials would not have opened the life that I have today, without a doubt. But I worked so hard, and I loved serving my patients, and I really felt that I was good at what I did. But the chaos surrounding it was killing me. The rotating weekends and holidays. And even though I had a professional salary, and I think we tend to do it, we end up living right up to that, so you still feel broke. You know what I mean? And so just thinking to myself, these precious kids that I get up way before they're done sleeping, which is really hard to get them out of bed on those cold Nebraska mornings, and it's dark, right? And I'm getting them up. And I remember one pivotal moment. It was really, really hard for me, my oldest, Trevor. And he was just dawdling a little bit, but it was morning. I got him out of bed for crying out loud, right? And he's tying his shoes, maybe just a little bit too slow. And so I got on him about it. And I remember getting, the craziness, get in the car, getting them to daycare, get to work, clock in, 2 minutes late, as always, and then sit down at my desk. And I just thought, what did I do? This precious kid, it's not his fault. And I remember calling the daycare provider and just like, could you get Trevor on the phone? And, here's this little kid, who's just 5 years old, and just like, I'm so sorry, Trevor, Mom didn't mean to raise her voice to you this morning. It's like, those are the moments. Well, I love what I do. Because I think we all have those moments where we get stuck in our stuff and in what we're doing, and when you can free people to live a life where they can really live a life by design instead of working so hard to earn a living, that's precious and that's a blessing, and I'm so grateful to that person. I'm so grateful to that person all those years ago in 2003. And it's funny how people's minds are so closed, because I had heard about it. And I remember thinking, oh, it's for this person, or it's for that person. I'm a professional, I'm a this, I'm an occupational therapist. And thinking it wasn't for me. And after several different times of hearing about it, in fact, I would keep going to these different presentations and kind of dragging my other friends along saying, you should do it. Like, that's how unattached to it I was, because I really thought it wasn't for me. And this is why, you guys, again, it's a teaching point. Stick with it, because people don't know what they don't know. They have walls, right? And so you just have to keep being you, keep shining you, keep shining positivity, keep shining your success, keep going to the next person to be an example, because you stick with it, and you're here 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. That could be the moment when all of a sudden they break through that thick wall and get maybe hit in the head with reality and think, maybe I should do this, right? Because that's really what happened to me, and I don't know what it was. I'm just grateful for it. When she actually said to me, it was in a moment where I was kind of complaining about things, as we can, which again, always be listening. My husband Michael taught me years ago in his trainings. He said our business is really just 3 things. It's prospecting, finding people to talk to. It's presenting, talking to the people we find, and then duplicating, teaching and training those who say yes how to do what you just did. Prospecting, find people to talk to, presenting, talking to people you find. Now we have all sorts of different ways to do it, right? Well, in that moment, she was listening. And so in prospecting, you're listening, and you're looking for the whole. Prospect, and then presenting is filling the hole. Does that make sense? Presenting. Finding the need, finding the hole, presenting, filling it. So it's one of the reasons why we can't just throw out these random scripty things, because that's not going to connect the head and the heart to someone. So in that moment, and I said, I would love to have a flex for you. I'm telling a network marketer about my job and how hard it is and not having the freedom and flexibility, and I'll just never forget the moment when she said this. These were the words she used. They're really good. Are you ready? Lynn, you should do what I did. But you know what? It was perfect for me at the time. It really, really was. And I tell you, my life has never been the same since. I went from no way am I going to do this to not being able to sleep. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, you get it? Yeah. And you go from like, I'm never doing that, to I can't sleep, and it's all I'm thinking about it, and when I should be working on secretly going through my So I started at the beginning. I just want you to know, like everyone, my life at that point, I'm an introverted personality type. I'm much safer in my own little space. If you put me in a room with people I don't know, it's probably one of the hardest things for me. So that should give some of you some right, that have those more quiet. But I have a very caring, giving heart, and I do love people. And I was willing to learn, because as Michael shared this morning, how big is your why? And my why was really big then, because I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired of what I was doing, and really jumped in. And in my first company, I was there for 8 years. I started out with no network. My life was going to work and coming home. Tiny community, rural community, 7,000 people. I just want to use this part of this story, I hope it's teaching a little bit as well, to say, if you really put your mind to it, dig your heels in to not let other people impact you and take you off, that you can live an extraordinary life with Isogenics. Absolutely. Yes. So, we're going to talk about the money. Now we're realizing that this is that great thing, right? The money is a blessing. And it's impacting so many lives. If you ever doubt that, or you find yourself kind of in that pit of doubt about that, read the success stories. And you're going to read the stories. Dear Falchuk, I think that's her name, that just was the 200th Isogenics millionaire. Her story makes me cry. There have been these adopted kids, 7 children, incredible stories, and such a blessing. And so, I believe, and I'm going to talk to you all with this belief, that you are here because you want to make this work financially. Am I correct? Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about that. And of course, the disclaimers, because this is important. Do you think any of the people that you've seen on stage as Isogenics millionaires just got there by chance?
No.
Do you think it was hard work?
Yes.
Wall-kicking moments?
Yes.
Falling down and trying to get back up?
Yes.
Moments of self-doubt, thinking maybe this isn't going to work? Absolutely. And that's why I want you to read those stories, because probably in the darkest time of my network marketing journey where I really thought about quitting. And I had actually had a certain level of success at that point, but I wasn't seeing anybody duplicating. Do you know how, you guys can relate, right? Like, am I the only person working on my team? Yep. Am I the only person that knows about somebody? Right? And so that was the point where I was making some decent money, but I'm thinking, is this gonna all fall apart? Is this just gonna all crumble? And I'm just gonna be honest with you, because I want you to know we've all gone through these moments. And I decided, I was at a moment like, am I gonna keep going or am I gonna stop? Am I keep going or stop? And I read success stories. So if you doubt, then find those Isaac Millionaire stories and just start reading them. And you will see people from all walks of life, all ages, single, married, kids, no kids. Any excuse you have, they have it and more. And that's what I found. And I thought, I was a different person. I mean, I had printed off like 100, 200 success stories. Big stack, printer ran out of ink. And I went into the bedroom and started reading them. And I was a different person when I walked out. And I thought, that's it. If these people can do it, they're determined, right? They run into an obstacle, they're going to do whatever they can to crush through it, around it, dig a hole underneath it, climb off or on top of it. That's what they're going to do. So realize that the people that have achieved that have gone through all of those things. And just know that you're earning a part of your success. And when you get up here to share your story that you will be so passionate about, because right now you're like, I'm not getting up there. But you will, because you'll know that your story will be a blessing for someone else with the hard times that you went through. So in your workbooks, on pages 18 and 19, the Isometrics Compensation Plan. Now, Laura said, and I love it when she said this, I think, our products are so compelling in Isogenics. Like, our products work. They're incredible. They're so emotional. People get so excited about it. So the product story tends to come a little bit more natural. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. But I loved it when she said the money story is just as important. And it is. Michael talked about, in the beginning, if you're not sure of the big reason why, make the money be okay, write down the number. You absolutely want to do that. And I let people know in the beginning, you don't always have to keep going the same pace. That's the great thing about having your own business. But you do want to create a money story. And for some of you that have been in for a while, that's okay, because you know what? You can start today anew, right, with new, fresh information. I love that. And you can walk out of here 10 feet tall and bulletproof in your belief that you're going to make it happen. Right? It's like you can share people like, what am I going to say to people? I've been in for 3 years. You know, it's all about posture and confidence. I've been in this amazing company for 3 years, and I've been using these incredible products. I was just an event, got some great information, and you know what? I'm going to build this. This is what I'm going to do. People are so attracted to people who know where they're going to go, even if they don't know how they're going to get there. Because remember what I said, it's not what you say, it's how it's how you say it. It's the magic in your voice that really attracts other people. So what I'm going to do today is walk through the basics of our compensation plan. And then tomorrow, kind of dive deeper. So it's going to be awesome. Our compensation plan is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Jim Cooper is a genius. And he's the amazing architect of our compensation plan. I like to think of our compensation plan as kind of like the GPS and the coordinates to take you to where you want to go. You have the opportunity every week, you want to lose some weight, what are your goals? Well, how long realistically do you think it would take for you to lose 25 pounds? Have you ever tried to lose 25 pounds before? Yes, I have. Well, how about how long? Or maybe about 4 months. Well, great. Well, let's talk about the best price. So that's how we talk about auto ship rewards. So let's talk about the ranks. And I love this. These are the things that, especially in the beginning, I have these little songs that kind of play in my head. A-C-M-D-E, A-C-M-D-E, A, so you're like, what's she talking about? A is for associate, C is for consultant, M manager. So this is kind of the structure. And what I love about our masterful compensation plan is that as you're building those ranks, and as you help others to build those ranks, that is your right now money. That is the money that makes it worthwhile for you to maybe get up a little bit early and to stay up a little bit late. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And how I draw that for people, we'll talk about this more tomorrow too. They lowered this for me. Poor Paul. Okay, so I draw it out like this for people, and I show them that this is the track to run on. And as you know, in our back office, in the tree, you have you here, and of course you have your left and your right team. And as you're building that, and you're building the structure, and then they're building their left and right, many of them are product users. We heard what percentage of the people with an ID number are product users? 80%. That's incredible. That shows us that we have an incredible product. You know that there are network marketing companies out there that the majority of everyone that's in is building a business. They don't even have customers. It's because our product rocks. It's incredible. So 82% of these circles and squares in your back office are product users, which is incredible. Because that's your steady income, right? They get on AutoShip and they realize, I want the best price and I will never get off these products because I feel incredible. But along the way, you're going to identify some people on your left and right that who has to go first?
You do.
You have to go first. So that you can share with people what it feels like, what it looks like, what it's doing for you, what the income is doing for your family, what it's like to be able to eat those products for free. Right? So ACMDE that we're going to talk about is what builds the structure of this. They're intertwined in a beautiful, masterful way that really becomes the GPS, right, in your car that gets you to where you want to go. That beautiful masterpiece painting that you're painting a little bit every day, putting in a little bit more color every single day. So let's walk through those ranks quick. We start off as an associate. So you decided you're going to do this, you have an ID number. You're like, woo, this is awesome, I'm going to do this. I'm a team of me. That's right. Exciting. And we know that we've got a gold mine. We're just offering other people a shovel. And some people will take it, some people won't. So as an associate, that allows you to get paid. So as you know, as an associate, you get your Social Security number, which here in North America allows you to get paid. And that qualifies you for equal profit. That can be earned through your replicated site, which costs how much to have a replicated site? No, it's just a part of it. Isn't that great? So if someone orders retail on your replicated site, then obviously for you it's wholesale. They're buying at retail. The difference comes in your commission, and that's profit. You're eligible for product introduction bonuses. So here's an example. So you share this with Joe, and he orders the President's Pack, which I love that pack. It's how I started. I love it, right? It's just got that bare bones, plus it's got all the extra goodies, what we call the sticky products. And why do we call them sticky? Because they stick to it, right? They can't imagine their life without it. They try the bars, they try the other things. They absolutely love it. They love their experiences. And President's Pack, I don't know if you all do this, has the highest retention in the company.
Yes.
Now, why do you think that is? Because it works, right? So I love it. It comes with a blender. They roll on AutoShip. You get a product introduction bonus of $80. That's amazing, right? Because we're helping someone have an incredible result. Well, because again, they're masterful with this amazing compensation plan. So a properly constructed compensation plan should drive your behavior. You shouldn't have to always dangle carrots because it should just be what it is, amazing. So if someone enrolls someone on Tuesday with a new product package, President's Pack, and to say, no, you just earned $80. That's absolutely fantastic. How would you like to turn that into $370? You only need one more. That's why I love that conversation. So Isogenics has double product introduction bonuses. So you can see this example that when you enroll 2 people in the same pay period, Sunday midnight Eastern to Sunday midnight Eastern, they double those. So the 280s, no. So it could be a 30-day getting started pack, and it can be a President's Pack. So with the 30-day, the product introduction bonus is $25, and the President's Pack is $80. We'll be drawing this out for tomorrow. What I want you to do is to just kind of get that back review, because I know we have so many new people. How many of you this is your very first event? Raise your hand. Yes, so many of you. That's exciting. So here's how you can really double that, and people can really make some great right now money. Because when that happens and they really start making money, do you think they're more excited to make more calls? Absolutely. So double product introduction bonuses, and here's how I remember it, because I can't remember all those words on the screen, is anything that has a $25 PID or more is eligible for double PIDs. So with a 9-day system, would that be eligible? No. And what is the retention of that one? Not so good. Now, why do you think that would be, the 9-day system? Why do you think the retention is so poor? Well, what did Bob talk about earlier as far as how many days it takes to develop a habit? It's no different with this. You know, Michael always says, what are you going to do on day 10? You know, it's just not, it's hard for people to understand. You see, like, I'd rather have someone have a different pack. If it's a money issue, I would rather them find something that they can take for 30 days than just switch within 90 days. It's just an opinion. So. Okay, so how did the double product roll? So on Friday, so we have just product introduction bonuses are on top. So you enroll 1 person that week, and you get an $80 product introduction bonus for that President's Pack. The second example is what happens when you enroll 2 people. So you can see on Tuesday. And what I love about that is your blueprint reports. Do you know what I'm talking about? Your blueprint reports that are in your back office. So in your team tab in your back office, you can find your blueprint reports, and it'll tell you, those people that have enrolled or just need to enroll another person, and you know who to reach out to, and to say, you know what, congratulations, on that enrollment. How would you like to double that? Can I help you in any way? Can I help support you with the tools? Do you want to get on a Zoom? Do you want to get on a call? Let me help you. And that's what I love about our business. It's not just about us being successful. There is no way you can be successful without having others be successful. And that's just a win-win. So I love showing people how to get double PIDs. Now, what happens if you enroll 3? Do you have to enroll a 4th one for that to double? No. So it's 2 or more. So think of those 2 enrollments. It's like, what do you know? Who else do you know? Who do you know that's into health and fitness? Maybe drinks protein shakes, energy drinks, needs better sleep, needs some extra money. Who do you know? Let me help you. So, love that conversation. And then there's also a coaching bonus. Is retention a good thing? Yes. Absolutely. Now, I love that with our custom 30-day, it was hard to do this before because someone would get an initial 30-day and maybe wouldn't want another full bottle of flush or something like that. So they wouldn't order a 30-day, they would just order bits and pieces of things. But now, make sure you give them a back office tour. I often share with the team just a little bit of upfront conversation can save you so much in the back end of returns by not explaining auto ship, by not explaining how to manage their auto ship. Be a great tour guide. Once someone has their ID, give them a back office tour. Show them how to do that. How to make the most of their Isogenics membership. And what's great about that is you're rewarded for doing that in so many ways, not just the coaching bonus, because you're still getting cycle pay, right? Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's a win-win. You help them to really reach their goal, because the closer they are to reaching their goal, you think maybe they might not be able to keep their mouth closed about it. Absolutely. So how long is the coaching bonus good for? Indefinitely, yeah. So it's not just the first 3 times, the first 3 times. So that's fantastic. And I love Google. So if you're like, how do I read more about that? You can find it in Isagenix Business, but if you're not sure where to find it in Isagenix Business, if you just always start with Isagenix, and then what it is you're looking for, and then make sure that what you're clicking on is from Isagenix, you'll find it. So type in Isagenix coaching bonus, boom, the flyer's right there, and
That's if they
you
keep
can
buying
learn
the
about
same
it, and
packet from
teach you about it.
from what they started with.
So again, the coaching bonus is available on anything that has a $25 PID or more. So just similar to the product introduction bonuses. All right, so who can earn the double PIDs and coaching bonuses? Anyone who's an active associate. So you don't need to be a consultant to earn those. So what's fantastic about those is how quickly can people make money? Immediately. Because did you know that the product introduction bonuses for the business packs, the president's pack, the case builder pack, the business builder pack, those are paid daily. So that $80 PID or more, depending on which pack that you have just started someone with, you can get that product introduction bonus on your card within 24 to 48 hours. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. We were paid monthly. And if I did something on the first day of the month, it could be 6 weeks later before I was paid for that. I know. This is so good. I love this. So we talked about associate. Now let's move to consultant. This is where it gets really exciting. We have really developed a culture in our organization of getting the consultant as soon as possible. It's just something that we've done from the very, very beginning. If someone says they want to earn money, let's help you get to consultant as soon as possible, as soon as possible. You know, who do you know? Who do you know? Helping them to visualize their market. How can we help you? Plugging them into the team, plugging them into the tools. Why do you want to go consultant as soon as you can? Cycles! Absolutely, it's cycle based. We'll talk about that. So you become a consultant by enrolling one on your left team, one on your right team, personally enrolled with at least 100 BD. So your preferred customers in this scenario. Yeah. So associate, right, with at least 100 BD. And there's a ranked advancement bonus with that. As you can see on the slide, of how much? $50. So not only are they earning the product introduction bonuses that we talked about, think of the product introduction bonuses as referral bonuses. And that's how I talk about them to new people because they don't understand our jargon. So I say, you know what, we have referral bonuses with our packs. So you earn the referral bonuses plus for consultants, there's a $50 bonus in addition to, so that's exciting. And then once they're consultant, then they're eligible for the cycle pay, the cycle commissions. So our compensation plan is a binary structure. But I almost hate to say that because it's so much more than that. Because other companies have binaries, but they're nothing like ours. I really believe we're like a hybrid binary. We have all these other layers of things with our product introduction bonuses, and then once you achieve certain levels with the leadership pools, there's so many different aspects to our compensation plan. But this is a really important thing to help people to understand as well when they start, is when you're enrolling people, and you can see on that structure, see where those blue squares are? Do you personally enroll people there in this example? If you're the you?
No.
No. No. I really want to help you to understand this. You always want to enroll people bottom, outside, left, and bottom, outside, right. And here's why. Because everybody's doing that. That's what I love about this. It's so simple we don't have to complicate it. So here you are. Your job is to enroll here and here. Here, here, here. Now you may have, so you personally enroll this person. Now, they have a left and a right too. So they personally enroll someone here, and they're building here, and here. I'm glad that's a whiteboard. So they're always going bottom, outside, left. So this inside where those blue squares are that you saw, that's this person's responsibility. It's not your responsibility to build both of those sides. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really about teaching and training others to do what you just did. Just think, bottom, outside, left, bottom, outside, right. And if everybody does that, here's the great thing. It may look like stilts for you for a while, because other people aren't duplicating. So you've got your two legs, but then they start duplicating, and then their people start duplicating, and then their people start duplicating, and then the two legs become branches, which become a tree, which become a jungle. Who here would like a tree to look like a jungle?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about cycles for a minute. So as you are building that structure of ACMDE, associate, consultant, manager, director, executive, which is all based on you plus two, them plus two, people are going into your tree, right? Into your back office tree. We'll just call this a tree. We have fun with that on our team. Get in the tree! Get in the tree! And all of that volume from all those incredible product packages and the products that are being consumed have BV attached to them. Remember the BV that we talked about in the beginning? So you look at this example, and here's the cool thing about our compensation plan. It's moving every second. Every second. Every second. And when the computer sees 600 on one side of your tree and 300 on the other, it's looking for 900 BV. 900 BV is the magic number. That creates one cycle. One cycle is worth $54. You guys help your people get that first cycle and celebrate it. That's a big deal because one leads to two and two leads to four and, I know. It's exciting. Now, in order to get paid a cycle, can all 900 be on one side? No, 600 needs to be on one side and at least 300 on the other, which is really generous. Some binaries require 50-50. In ours, it doesn't. So you can have one leg twice as big as the other one and get paid on all of it. Now, at the end of the week, our pay period is Sunday to Sunday. So when Sunday hits, what happens to your leftover BB? Does it go away? No. That's very true. Because again, in my former company, we worked like dogs. All of them long. And do you know what happened on the first of the month?
I can't even hear her.
Zero. So anything, as long as you're on auto shift, right, and you're staying active, you never lose volume. And some of us have one leg because life attracts life, aces attract aces. It's very common to have one leg take off faster than the other. And so that volume is sitting there just waiting for you so generously to build the other side. So if you ever want to stop, no. So you can see in this example, the computer took the 600 from the one side and the 300 from the other, and that volume holds until it finds another 600 and 300. Manager is two personally enrolled consultants. So we started an associate, and then consultant, you plus two. Manager is them plus two. And again, the beauty of our compensation plan is the more you help others, the more you help yourself. So now you reach down to those two people that you just helped get on their product packages and said, how would you like to get your products paid for? Who do you know? Who do you know that drinks protein shakes and energy drinks, needs better sleep? I'd like to make some money. Who do you know? Let's have some fun. Anyway, so you do that, and then you do that within your first 60 days. There's an extra bonus attached to it, $250. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow, and it's in your book as well. Now, not only are you getting the product introduction bonuses and the crystal bonuses, and you're getting the cycles now, right, because you're a consultant, but every time you create a consultant that you help a friend get healthy and to help them help two of their friends, You know that Isogenics gives you $100 for the first 20 that you don't do that? Yeah. This is a big deal. This is so brilliant. Reward people for the behavior that is going to build a successful business. So it's not just about being what we call a sponsor monster and sponsoring the world yourself. Take the time to pause and to help and to support. Help that person get paid, because that is where you will see sustainability of your group and to see it grow and to not have stuff fall out of the group and constantly having to fall and crack in again. I love that. It's brilliant. Next is D, director. So you're not doing anything different here. You're continuing to do what you've done. How many times today has the isogenic story been told? How many times today has the isogenic story been told? And the box is only big enough for everyone? Not an excuse, just a number. Because I promise you, there's a lot of people that can have a lot of excuses that are maybe greater than ours. And it just comes down to how bad you want it. And the blessing is so fantastic, because it's worth it. And it's worth it to follow up and to follow up, so that you never know when it's going to be the right time for somebody to say yes. And you've heard those stories up here on stage where they said no for a while. Well, in fact, Michael. So his sponsor talked to him about isogenics for 6.5 years. And in fact, it's more than Lance. In fact, even more than Lance at one point said, here, you need to cleanse. And gave him the 9-day system. And he said, thank you. And went home and threw it away.
Michael.
I know.
He's like, yeah.
But you know what? I want you all to know, like, here he is. So think about those people that you have in your life. The timing just wasn't right. They weren't connecting with her. You know? And then Michael's in a different place in his life. He attended something. He saw the big picture and thought, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was. This is incredible. This could be great for my kids. You guys stick with it. But you know what? Warren wasn't planning on Michael wanting to be successful. He had to go be successful without him first. Right? So that's what we're doing here with Director. Is just share the story. Share the story. Share the whole story. The products and the income. How to get your products paid for. Let me show you how to do that. Understanding the compensation plan. Understanding how to show people how to get their products paid for. Because once you have 6 personally enrolled consultants, so 6 people you personally enrolled, each enrolled 2 people on their product packages, qualifying packs, you're a director. Now you do that within your first 120 days of enrollment. There's an added bonus for completing that structure, and it's $750. Pretty awesome, right? Yeah. That's in addition to all the $100 of creating those consultants. That would have been $600, plus all the 5 introduction bonuses, plus all the cycles. Amazing. There's thousands of dollars in that bonuses. And then executive. Executive is 5 personally enrolled consultants on your left, 5 personally enrolled consultants on your right. And again, is your daily action different here? No. You're still telling the isogenic story. You're posting on Facebook. You're meeting people. You're talking to people. You're being you. You're putting your authentic self out. You're putting the products in your body because you have your own transformation. So you feel that energy yourself. So you're excited to share it with other people. But when you achieve this structure in your business within your first 6 months of enrollment, there's an added bonus of $1,000. Now you've already earned $1,000 for the 10 consultants that you earned $100 for, right? Plus all your product introduction bonuses, plus all of your cycles. Now for some of you that have missed the 6-month window, you're like, oh, I might as well give up.
Is she a mind reader? No.
I'm telling you, the cycles,
Do they have the crystal reset sometimes?
I think so, yeah.
Sometimes they do that where you can get it again.
Keep going into a jungle, I promise. It'll be awesome for you. This is gold. This document is gold. Again, if you're not sure where to find it, if you type in Isogenics Executive Map, down the road, if you're looking for it, I got this from our amazing leader, Hagedorn.
The whole conversation.